tomorrow is here. Bioma, if you prepare at you, Makana Miria Babako, Industrial Revolution, Apatako Enugu, Okwa digital economy. Yeah. Agricultural revolution, oh. Yeah. It's in Japan paper. Europe, Oporus or Dima. Europe, it's a week marama. Europe, quality education and all development. Europe, and tomorrow is here. Tomorrow is here. Tomorrow is here. I know.
The clock is ticking for the Imo State governorship election in November, as the People's Democratic Party faithful in the Southeast Zone strategize to clinch victory, just as the Enugu state government continues to evolve measures to make the state conducive for business and living. One of such moves is the revamping of the international conference to make it a world-class tourist center. Details of this and more shortly. The program you are watching is Lion Building Action. Chika Ubu is my name, and I'll be back after this message. Committed to holding on to leadership positions in the Southeast, People's Democratic Party (PDP) supporters converged on the government house to deliberate and strategize on ways to reclaim lost positions in the state ahead of the governorship polls come November. Governor Peter Mba flagged off the campaign, and we have put together this report. Evolving effective financial, administrative, and operational strategies have been listed as ways the People's Democratic Party (PDP) could surmount its present challenges, charging the party faithful to remain resolute in their bid to return the party to its leading position. Governor Peter Mba expressed a strong conviction that the party will rise again.
We have to first of all consolidate our support base as a party, and then go on now to reach out to our brothers who may have one way or the other felt aggrieved, and to see how we can bring them back to where they belong. That's what we're going to be working on. And in doing that, there are other couple of areas that we'll have to look into. If you look at the items on the agenda, you have finance. We're going to be crafting, of course, what would be the most effective financial strategy to be able to get us back, administrative, operational strategies.
PDP National Vice Chairman Ali Odefa says modalities have been put in place to ensure the party reclaims its position as the people's choice.
I implore all of us to know that the fortunes of the party in the last 1 year has dwindled so badly, and the onus is on all of us, whatever effort we can put in to make sure we redeem the past glory of the party so that we can return the party to its enviable height, the way it used to be in the Southeast. Some years back, the Southeast used to have 5 governors. It reduced to 4. It reduced to 3. One ran away, it remained 2. And after the last election, we only have 1 seated with us here.
Chairman, Board of Trustees of the party, Senator Adolphus Nwagbara, is optimistic that measures adopted by the party will bring back defected members to the fold.
They'll come back because they were here, and this is their home. So I don't want us to be discouraged in any form or shape. And of course, with our patience here today, I can see that with patience, we'll grow this party to the level that this party should go.
The Southeast Zonal Executive Council meeting of the People's Democratic Party was attended by some past governors, present, and past national and state legislators.
Industrial revolution, digital economy.
Governor Peter Mba was at Imo State for the official flag-off campaign of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), where a large crowd was on ground to show their support for the PDP governorship candidate, Senator Samuel Anyanwu.
For that new dawn is right here with us. It is a man that needs no introduction. Beyond the man, that I need the is sweep poverty away from Enugu. I need to sweep insecurity away. And security. I need inclusive economic development. I need sustained prosperity. So we went to make significant progress here and change things for the better. And the only way you can do it is come November, you come out in mass and vote for PDP.
Industrial revolution, Enugu, digital economy. Yeah. Agricultural revolution, oh. Yeah.
The gathering of the People's Democratic Party faithful from the Southeast Zone is to brainstorm on ways to strengthen and make the party formidable. For the leader of the party, Southeast Zone, Governor Peter Mba, The meeting is for members to rejig their strategy in order to clinch victory at the polls in the forthcoming governorship election in Imo State.
You know that our zone has remained the greatest home of PDP over the years. The Southeast zone has always been known as a PDP zone. If today we don't have PDP governors in the various states in the Southeast, it means that we must retrace our footsteps. We must, as I said the last time, rejig our strategy. We must go back to the drawing table and know why it is not so. We carry the banner of PDP with great pride. And when we were at Imo a few days ago, we reminded the people of Imo that their night time was over and that we were going to herald a new dawn, and that the event we had that day was going to mark the beginning of a new dawn.
After hours of consultations and deliberation, the party resolved to replace Senator Sam Anyanwu with Ude Okoye as the National Secretary. National Vice Chairman Southeast Zone Ali Odefa explained that the decision, which was a collective one, is to allow Senator Anyanwu to concentrate on his electioneering campaigns as he contests for governorship position in Imo State.
We are looking for ways to make our party very strong, especially in the Southeastern zone. And hopefully, by the grace of God, come the 11th day of November, we'll be demonstrating that by ensuring that we mobilize forces, we will mobilize the general public and citizens of Imo State to come out en masse and vote for the party, that we may take the Douglas House. I thought you would have clapped to that. I accompanied His Excellency, the leader of the party, to the flag-off campaign in Imo State. And from what I saw, I am very confident that PDP will win the governorship of Imo State.
Resolutions of the meeting will be sent to the National Working Committee of the party for ratification as provided by the party constitution. For 16 solid years, the International Conference Center right opposite Opera Square in Enugu State was neglected by successive administration in the state. Arrangements have been concluded by the Peter Mba-led government to complete the abandoned building for the socio-economic benefits of the state. The International Conference Center, which has 3,000 capacity auditorium, 1,500 capacity secondary events venue, dome with 500 capacity shopping facility, food courts, recreation center with a mini amusement park, among other facilities, when revamped, will be a world-class conferencing venue, become a destination for tourism, create jobs for the teeming youths, and grow the state economy. The Commissioner for Culture and Tourism, Ugochi Madweke, assured that the project will be completed by March 2024.
I am elated. My heart is filled with joy as I announce to Enugu that ESCO this evening graciously approved the completion of the iconic project abandoned years ago, the International Conference Center. I thank His Excellency for this wonderful idea. The OCC, you and I know, will address the bare need for a world-class conferencing venue in Enugu, not just Enugu, but the Southeast in general. It will make Enugu an international city, especially with the international airport which we have. It will provide a major attraction to organizers of major conferencing events like NBA, like ICANN, like the Koran. It provides an opportunity for Enugu to become a destination, which is what tourism is all about, making Enugu State a destination. So we thank His Excellency for this, we thank the ESCO for this, and we plead with Enugu to give us all the support we need so that this will be achieved.
Using the people with the idea that Hotel Presidential is being auctioned out, concession to sale, and everything. It's just trying to add salt to injury that we have had about Hotel Presidential. Hotel Presidential suffered a lot and is going down, decaying and rotting away. And the state government decided under His Excellency Dr. Peter Lubisimba that it cannot continue that way. There is a portion of land that is not part of Hotel Presidential that the state government decided that criminals will not be the landlords in those areas. And the state said there's a housing estate going to come on there. And as part of increasing our IGR, that place will be facilitated and sold out, and it's an open exercise. So that when we get this place developed, criminals will not have a place to hide. The land will not be left fallow. For over 50 years it has been so. And we will put it at the right time to the right people. And I say it's not a political affair. It's not something that we have to give out to politicians. It will be an open mandate affair. Everybody will participate.
Commissioner for Water Resources, Professor Felix Namani, maintained that there is no going back on the 180-day deadline for completion of water projects in the state.
Incidentally, the only people that have not heard from is Transekulu area. They don't have water, but it's as a result of the ongoing construction. If you know, there's a construction of the road ongoing there. So now the state government Ministry of Commissioner for Works has already told us that they are partnering with the Federal Ministry of Works who are handling that reconstruction to enable us have our way to be able to give the pipes that can give the water. But for other areas in Enugu, we already mapped out, we have a program. The idea, the concept of government is to make sure that you don't need to go 5 minutes trek from your residence to be able to get water. Outside the residences that everybody should have water. In GRA, people live in a 3-story building, but all the good news is that they don't need a pumping machine to be able to get water upstairs. That the volume of water is enough. It goes upstairs without any enhancement. So we do have confidence that we're on track, and then we won't be disappointed in 180 days.
The ongoing construction and rehabilitation of 71 urban roads in the first phase of road infrastructure projects, as well as development of sporting events and revival of school sports, were also disclosed after the Executive Council meeting. They explained that the 170 billion naira facility approved is not a loan, but money kept aside for investors to see that they will not lose out if the state defaults.
Industrial revolution, digital economy. Agricultural revolution, oh, yeah, it's in paper. Europe, Oporus or Dimma. Europe, it's a week marama. Europe, quality education and all right development.
Dedicated to improving the living condition of residents in Enugu State, the state government is partnering with 17 local government areas to strengthen economic activities in the various communities. The state government says it will achieve this through consolidated projects financing partnership. It's also, among others, building a 300,000 hectares of agricultural land bank across the 3 senatorial zones of the state. These were part of resolutions reached at the meeting of the State Planning Committee at the Government House the past week. Here are details of the meeting. The consolidation of project funding partnership of provision of 60% by the state government and 40% by local government is aimed at enhancing economic activities and potentials in the state. Secretary to the state government noted that chairmen of the local government areas have submitted project proposals which the Economic Planning Commission is looking into with a view of prioritizing projects that align with the state government's economic growth targets.
The Economic Planning Commission Executive Chairman is doing with the local government chairman, looking at all the projects they have and seeing the projects, especially the road projects, things to do with education, the things that actually align with the state economic growth targets. So those projects will have priority in the selection. So that's where we are now. The chairmen have already submitted their projects. What Mr. Dan Onyushi and his team will do is to do the analysis and ensure that those projects meet the criteria set by the state, and the state brings 60% of the 40% contribution from the local government. But just do keep in mind that those must be projects that enhance the economic activities. So that's critical for us. Security is another key consideration. So those are some of the handrails that enhance the decision process for which project makes it now. And remember, this is not a one-off thing. This is going to be an ongoing thing. So because projects don't make it in this first tranche does not mean that they won't make it in the next tranche.
The Chairman, Association of Local Governments of Nigeria, Enugu State Chapter, Sydney Ede, is optimistic that the funding partnership will trigger multiple partnership development projects in the state.
The essence of it is that we must embark on projects that the state government will be proud of and the rural people will benefit more from. So I think we're on top gears, because after this very meeting, the next thing is to approve our arrangement, and then from there, I think we are good to go.
Commissioner for Agriculture, Patrick Uburu, said the building of 300,000 agricultural land banks across the 17 local government areas will trigger agricultural and agro-industrialization in the state, as well as attract investors.
And we have engaged the company Pro Forest Group to do the land cover and the forest analysis. What it means is that after that is done, we'll now have specific places where we do our farming and in line with the desired crops based in terms of their comparative advantages of the local government. I also have places where we mark for our forest reserve, because we're farming doesn't mean that we're going to dissolve everywhere. We have to cut down the trees. I'm also going to have our water bodies known. So this also will help us help the state government to de-risk the risk in associated with land acquisition and encourage investors to come into the state and invest in agriculture, and a whole lot of that also will be done. I also want to let you understand that in our cassava to ethanol value chain, we have made tremendous progress in that. We have cultivated up over 100 hectares of cassava and soya at Aniri, over 50 hectares at Uzoani, and 60 hectares at Nkano East. So we're making progress in agriculture, and every other plant of agriculture is in place.
The Enugu State Economic Planning Committee was inaugurated by Governor Peter Mba and is saddled with the responsibility of economic policy planning for sustainable growth and development of the state. The That report concludes this week's edition of Lion Building in Action. Join us again next week for another interesting package. Goodbye and thanks for watching.
Tomorrow is here. Makana